Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Beyond Epic League Grand Finals. It's Nigma versus Team Secret, and I'm Trent. I'm here with lizZard. He's here to help me
Team
out
Secret's
as
turn to
we get to
ban.
watch two of the best teams in the region right now duke it out and
Yeah.
see if it will be another 3-0 final.
Well, they had a couple of finals in the last 6 months, right? Enigma usually did pretty well versus Secret, so
Yeah,
let's see. I'm looking forward to this one. Um, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We talked about it
10
earlier. Puppy
seconds
and his
remaining.
position fives, the pucks, the weavers, right?
yeah,
5
But
very
seconds remaining.
annoying to deal with.
mhm. On the
Radiant
other hand,
turn to
Enigma
ban.
opened yesterday with Phoenix, like 2 or 3 games in a row. I think one maybe was banned, but 2 games they played it. Did you cast that one?
I
Did
did
you
one
cast
of
it?
their Phoenix games for sure at the end
Yeah.
of the day, yeah. I think I did all three actually. They picked Phoenix in all three of our series
Mm-hmm.
and then the game before versus Flight of Moon 2. So they picked it 4 games straight first
10
overall.
seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy. That hero is really strong. You know, are you at
5
all
seconds
surprised?
remaining.
Can I hire the Treant analyst here? Are you
Oh please.
surprised?
Team
Are you
Secret's
surprised at all
turn
with
to
the Morphling and
ban.
how he came back into the meta? Like he was dead for a little while.
I guess I'm not sure why he was so dead. Maybe
Uh,
he is still kind of dead because there's not that many teams playing him, right? It is still
mhm.
kind of just secret for the most part. Um But yeah, I'm not sure why he necessarily went away. I feel like there's a couple of heroes that are still big question marks to me right now. Like
Mhm.
I feel Viper is similar, where every time I see
10
him, he looks really
seconds
strong,
remaining.
even like
Mhm.
halfway through the draft, and I wonder like why he pops up, wins like
5
5 games straight,
seconds
and then just
Mhm.
remaining.
vanishes again, kind of like Pugna too.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Radiant
this
team
meta's still
ban.
kind of deep at the moment. Maybe because we're moving a little bit further away from the zoo all the time, and we're starting to explore some other heroes.
Mhm. Yeah, teams are just banning the zoo, right?
Yeah,
Enigma, we have 2 heroes of the zoo banned out already. Team Secret as well doing the same with the Nature's Prophet. What do we have? We have the Beastmaster, and we have what else? We have Chen and Chance or something like that.
10
Team
yeah.
Secret
seconds
did
remaining.
ban out the Beastmaster versus Enigma in their earlier series that they lost.
5
So
seconds remaining.
we'll see if they do the same thing again. Man,
Beastmaster seems to be. I feel like I just see him way more banned even now than
yeah.
picked. Like, he's rare to even get to watch one of his games, but he's very good at facilitating Zoo with like only one other like early game push hero, just because
Team
he's so good at like
Secret's
controlling the
turn to
lane
ban.
until everyone's ready with their items to be like, okay, guys, we're all going top now, just taking that tower. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Is it for me? Honestly, it's Lycan first, Beastmaster second, and then Nature's Prophet third. Like those three are the kings of the meta right now. They're just too difficult to deal with. If you're watching top tier pubs, they're just dominating constantly.
Yeah,
Uh,
Visage in the pubs too.
10
I hear is
seconds remaining.
not
yeah,
so much in the pros. Some teams are willing to do it, but the Visage of the pubs last pick are
5
really tilting
seconds
people.
remaining.
yeah. I have to say I've had like
Radiant team
17 out of
pick.
20 wins with Visage in my last pub. So
Ah,
yeah,
excellent.
if I
Well done.
if I'm winning with it, something's not right. The hero is broken. Enigma ban out the
Yeah.
Kunkka as well in their last ban. I love this a lot because if you want to counter Team Secret and the way they play, I, that's the centerpiece of most of their drafts, right? The Nisha, the
Yeah.
way he plays with the Kunkka. And
10 seconds
when you
remaining.
pick this Kunkka for Team Secret, suddenly, do you really want to
5
go Brood
seconds
or
remaining.
Nigma?
Team
On Nigma,
Secret's
you know,
turn
can
to
you actually
pick.
cheese that much? You can't. Even Nature's Prophet becomes a bit bad versus that hero.
Yeah, and I think when you ban the Kunkka too, that also tips off that like we are definitely opening Beastmaster for ourselves. You
Hmm.
guys are forced to ban that, and then that means they're gonna get the Ember. So now that the Zoo's banned out, now we move back to all these combos that teams were
Yeah.
working with kind of before we
Hmm.
went to like the big Zoo meta. So we have the Coddle Ember,
10
and
seconds
the
remaining.
DP Oracle is in because we didn't have the
Hmm.
Venge bans or the Oracle bans either.
5
Yeah, there's a
seconds
Venge as well. You
remaining.
could go for something like Venge Luna, right? Even though Team Secret didn't play it
Team
a lot.
Secret's turn to
By the way,
pick.
there is the puck, obviously for Puppy. He's gonna first pick it. There is the Lone Druid. No, actually, it's banned out. Never mind. Scratch that. Okay, so Vengeful Spirit. What
Oh
else
yeah,
is
for like
there?
potential
Hmm.
snaps, you mean?
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it is interesting with the puck because I feel like in most drafts you'd rather have the Weaver, but with the Ember, it makes more sense that you'd rather have
10
the
seconds
coil to try
remaining.
and deal with that.
I'm just thinking, will they go for the Morphling? Because I
5
have seen a
seconds
lot of teams
remaining.
just instantly pick Morphling into the Ember,
Yeah,
and you just rush the E-Blade. Ember can't really go for Vessel any longer.
Radiant
It becomes a
team
bit
pick.
difficult for him.
I
However,
think the reason
uh-huh.
not to do it though is that you know that they're going coddle and like people really like that Morph versus the Ember mid matchup too, though. I think that's like
Mhm.
part of the reason to pick it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But Team Secret did play versus Nigma, right? And they, in the last series, they actually did get the Morphling versus Ember, and it was GH on the Kotl who went for the Vessel still. So they did play
Yeah.
this same thing, Kotl Ember versus Morphling, and Secret lost. So they're switching things up a little bit. Zai did
5 seconds
extremely
remaining.
well in his Pango game earlier, right? So
Radiant
they take
team
that instead.
back.
Oh, that makes
Okay.
sense, right? Take the
Mhm.
Grimstroke versus the Pango, and even the Puck. That's gonna be annoying. Without having to get the Coddle right away.
Yeah. I actually like the Grimstroke here quite a lot. Versus Pango, the Soulbind is good. The only question is, do you have room for position 4 Kotl here on Nigma's
I
side, right?
think you do, right?
Right?
I think it's fine.
10
And
seconds
the real
remaining.
question is it worth banning a secret?
Yeah.
Or is there something more
5
important to take
seconds
care of?
remaining.
It's still amazing with Ember Spirit. My only issue with Kotl plus Grimstroke is you have these two extremely squishy supports that kind of accomplish the same thing in the mid game. It's shove out waves, right? But
Yeah.
you considering you have Ember on your side and he can be that chaotic player that's always inside, that's always making plays, I guess you could still go for the squishier outline on your support. So maybe it can work. Maybe it would be good.
Yeah, I could definitely see it. It seems like at least then you can have like let's say you see the Grimstroke pushing out a wave. That means that the Ember and the Coddle could still be moving somewhere, and then you just get like
Mhm.
double slighted and bola'd, and you're just dead.
Dude, it's so crazy strong. Like, did you see Kotal Luna ever, by the way, in the recent
Team
times?
Secrets
I've
turn
been
to
No, I've
ban.
seen Coddle and the Bounty Hunter. That one was fun. I
that
like that.
that one isn't fun, but actually Grimstroke plus Bounty is also not fun because you're playing versus
Oh
Soulbind
yeah,
into double Shuriken Toss. It deals so much damage. But Kotal and Luna, the double Lucent Beam in the lane, you come there with 3 tangos, your region is instantly done. You ship yourself 3 more,
10
it's
seconds
done after
remaining.
5 seconds. It's just stupid strong. Necro
5
banned out by
seconds
Enigma
remaining.
though. All right.
that feels like more of a Enigma hero than a secret hero. I feel like they've done a
Yeah.
really good job of working that in for like potential for MC. But I mean it's an Ember again, so it's
Mm-hmm.
that lane matchup that you just don't want to deal with.
Yeah, interesting ban. I'm wondering what secret is gonna go for here. What else remains that they're worried of? Hmm.
I mean they probably just want a Yapsor hero out of this. One would think.
Yeah. They played actually the Shaker into the Ember Spirit, and it went pretty well for them with the Shaker.
Yeah,
Do
that's that was my first
Mhm,
thought too. Was Shaker still looks fine? Like the only
mhm,
problem with Shaker sometimes is like the laning stage because maybe you
mhm.
want someone who can kind of play their own game. But we've seen plenty of teams like you can block the wave, and then either the Shaker can go and grab the wave
Team
sometimes, or
Secrets
even the
turn
Pango
to
could do
pick.
that, and you might see the Shaker just kind of messing around on the
Yeah.
first wave against the enemy.
R- Ricky ban. That's interesting as well. I like the last few series that I watched Nigma play. They didn't play Ricky. They had more of a crazier Zoo kind of a lineup, but the Zoo has been banned out, so we're going back to those old picks, I guess. But if you're thinking Yapzor, right now I would
10
say
seconds remaining.
Shaker and Earth Spirit, right? Those two
Radiant
heroes he's
team
playing
pick.
all the time, pretty much, and they go with the Shaker. Um, Keep in mind though, this Puck and Pango are still flexible. Most likely it will
Yes.
be Zai, yeah, but it's still a flexible draft. And it's open for Shaker
Team
to rotate because
Secrets
Pango
turn to
can lane
pick.
alone.
Oh,
Oh,
forgot about that.
mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
been banned first phase every game versus them for quite a while. I'm looking down their page. The last time it wasn't banned in the first phase was versus
Radiant
Unique, and they
team
picked it both
pick.
games and won.
Luna.
But
But they
here we
do
go.
they do snatch out the Luna. That's a pretty decent response. My problem with the Luna is if the hero doesn't have any of those natural buffers, right? If you don't have your Venge with you, if you don't have your
Bloodlust or
Beastmaster,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
Bloodlust, those kind of things, you aren't really as scary as when you do have those. And for Nigma, they could react to the
10
Luna with some
seconds
picks that are
remaining.
still good with the Wisp. You would have your Ursas, your Slarks, something like
5
that.
seconds
Probably not a Slark,
remaining.
but Ursa is extremely well in the recent times. Or some even life stealer that can get up close and personal without worrying about that ulti. Mm.
What are our IO heroes though that we might want to set up for? I mean, you mentioned like the
Yeah.
Ursa. That's a bit of a classic if we wanted to go for a
Hmm.
pairing like that. But we often look towards the hero that actually sets up for the IO, right? Like tends to be like a Bane support or something, or it used to be like
Hmm.
Nyx Assassin, Nature's Prophet comes to mind. But all of those heroes are either kind of irrelevant at this
Team
point or just banned
secrets
out,
turn to
and
battle.
they're just gonna go for the combo and the
Oh,
bristle right
yeah.
away.
This is such an old school combo as well. Wisp plus Bristle. On the side of Team Secret, you don't really have heroes that are too strong versus him. The lane versus the Luna can go wrong for you, but you are playing into a Luna and Puck. How worried are you as a Bristle, really? It
Yeah,
should be quite easy for you if you are laning with the Wisp.
10
There's so much
seconds
region
remaining.
coming from him. Uh, But yeah,
5
yeah, I
seconds
like their
remaining.
draft so far. It looks solid on the side of Nigma. They don't really have any solid catch. You have the Ember Spirits, right? But you don't have a lot of stuns to work with. Searing Chains, it can be problematic to catch out heroes such as Puck Pango before that Soulbind at least is online.
and that's a hard thing. The Bat's obviously banned. The Beastmaster's gone. Two big like leading stuns. You typically see the other three. There's still
Hmm.
the Legion. That kind of goes well with the IO.
Hmm. Yep. Yep. But should it be Bristle, right? Are we thinking about Bristle on the offlane or are we thinking about Bristle on the safe lane?
Yeah, that's the question
How
in
do you
terms of
feel?
like who the IO's playing with, and then how the
Yeah.
lanes are going to be set up too.
Because Wisp and Bristleback, I think, are pretty
Radiant
solid
team
together
ban.
because you have all that region
Hmm.
to work with, and you can just kind of stack, farm the lane, go clear the stacks, and sustain yourself. While Grimstroke and Ember Spirit have a lot of kill potential, right? You have that Inkswell to work with the Searing Chains, with the Flame Guard. You can actually do quite a lot there. You can get anyone dead on the side of Team Secret. Who ban
Yeah,
out the Viper?
that's what they're thinking.
10
They're thinking
seconds
these are our two
remaining.
pairings on the side, which makes sense. IO Bristle, Grimstroke, Ember. They're going to go for a different hero
5
for Weehaw
seconds
to send to the
remaining.
mid lane. Of course, lately it's been mind control getting a hero to go to the mid lane, so who knows?
Yep,
Could be
yep,
like
yep.
Weehaw,
Yeah.
Ember, and like Miracle Bristle or something.
The last few times I saw we go mid, it was Invoker, it was Meepo, and it was Windranger. So the classical we heroes. Nothing has changed throughout the years.
Yeah.
Something like that might come again. It's kind of a hard game for a Meepo to play. Your cores are a bit on a greedier side. You don't really get a lot of utility from them, and you're playing versus a Shaker, right? And a Pango, so it can be difficult. Mm, But
Radiant
Big mids. I mean,
team
there's still
pick.
like Death Prophet left in the pool too.
mhm.
Queen of
what
Pain is still in, as I see a Meepo ban.
What about the Visage, by the way? It hasn't been. We talked about these
Oh
last
yeah,
pick
it's true.
Visages, and both of these teams have played it recently quite a lot. It could work out for both of them. Man,
Not a
I'm
10
lot
just
of
happy.
seconds
time, so
remaining.
we're
I'm
gonna
so
find out.
happy. I'm casting here with you because last night I
5
stayed up
seconds
until 6
remaining.
a.m.
I
casting
know.
Purge versus Slacks.
What was that, dude? What? I turned on. It's like I'm like going to bed, and
Team
you're casting
secrets
with
turn to
Nomad.
pick.
I died literally. I slept for 1 hour last night and then casted Slacks from 2 a.m. You know that when I thought about becoming a professional Dota player, that was really the dream. Casting Slacks 3 in the morning.
Perfect. Everything worked out at the end, but
Everything worked out well. Yeah.
we got another IO hero here, bud. We got an IO
Hmm.
Gyro.
Yeah.
10
Yeah.
We
seconds
got a lot
remaining.
So.
of ancient gaming here on the side of Nigma. I would definitely want to control the ancient camps.
5 seconds
Hmm.
remaining.
Hmm. So the things will switch up a little bit. This should mean that the Ember is mid lane, right? And Team Secret,
Choose
because
your
of
Nice.
that,
hero.
grabbed the Morphling, who is also extremely good versus Gyrocopter. You
Yeah,
can turn
and
into
Ember
him.
Spirit
Yeah.
too.
Hmm. Hmm. So yeah, we is playing Ember, which means Nisha will most likely lane up against him on the mid lane, and that's recently at least has been a heavily favored matchup for the Morphling.
Yeah,
I've
I've heard
seen.
it's unplayable by
Yeah.
Ember players. Like they
Mhm.
say that if the Morphling knows how to play the lane, it's actually unplayable.
And later on, right, all you need is that one first initiating tool, something like a shaker, let's say, to fissure from distance. And then you morph into the Ember. You chain lock him with the Searing Chains plus the E-Blade. He's gone. He doesn't have enough sustain for that. It looks like a really sick Morphling game. We'll see how it goes. But so far, every time I saw a free Morphling game, he just, went ham and won it on his own.
Yeah, he's really hard to lock down in this game.
Mm.
I do not have a lot of faith in actually controlling Nisha. It looks like we got a battle of the Luna versus the Gyro though. This is a bit, 2013, 2014 style Dota, right? Every game, just farming them up, getting the stacks going.
Yep. One thing though, one difference here is Luna isn't truly your big win condition on the side of Team Secret, right? He's more, Matu should be
That's true.
more fighting oriented, something like a Helm of Dominator perhaps, or Dragonlance, a couple of raid bands, and then he fights, while Nisha is the one that chills a bit, gets that T-Blade and joins the fights.
Yeah, I
Meanwhile,
love
Gyro,
that helm build. It's so good. Yeah,
so
that is very
much
true.
so much damage, right, coming from that helm. You get the bonus, what, 20% on your base damage. It's pretty sick. Plus the creep
With a
is always
Morphling,
in
it's
hand.
definitely pretty sick.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard. That's gonna hit hard. But one thing that I really have to focus here at the beginning of the game is mind control. He's playing a bristleback, and mind control recently, they've been giving him a lot of space. They've been actually involved in making his lanes easier, and they have to do this here as well, because bristleback in a game such as this one can't be poor. Like, if he's poor, their whole game will just fall apart.
Yeah, him and Tide are these two heroes that I always say, like, if you're not near the top of the net worth chart, even as an offlaner, it doesn't really matter. Like, you need a lot of gold on these heroes to make it feel really good. Otherwise, you're just kind of wandering around in the team fights as Bristle.
Look at where he's going, though.
Yeah, it's mid control, dude. Every game.
So, about mid control. A long time ago, he was playing in, I can't remember, was it Burden United or a team such as that one? And I would be on the opposite side with some different teams, always playing Wiz +1. This is the only player that we would feed to regularly. Like, we would just die to him. Puppy should be fine. Yeah, so he's extremely skilled. He's extremely skilled on the mid lane as well.
Yeah, he's been looking pretty good. I mean, it's always tough to, of course, stand up to like other pro mids who just have like obviously more experienced mid than he does. He can be the best offlaner in the world, but it's still like hasn't played hundreds of professional games on it. So he's looking very strong. But every time I watch this team, he seems to be going to the mid, and especially with the Morphling pick, I'm thinking that's what probably secured it here for them. Is we're in pretty deep right now. GH Miracle.
Yeah, this is a bit interesting. Puppy doesn't have any region. Look at the way he started. Lightstone, 2 Fairy Fires.
Oh, Puppy. Well, and looks like Zai is going to start sneaking around to the backside here. So he will at least get one of these bounty runes. But I think that's it.
Yeah, 3 for Nigma.
Does have a ward up top here, too, just to guarantee the lanes and everything. It looks like they're already making the move just because they've seen the gyro and whatnot down bottom.
Matu running towards top. Yep, Zor being played with a little bit here. Look at GH. Look at it.
Who does that?
Like, really? And when you think about it, Yapzor has no region, so every time you hit him a little bit like that, it does matter. He's starting with only boots.
Yeah, Secret are on some next level plays here at the 0 regen support heroes. They are getting a lot into Weehaw up top right now, though, with that aura. I mean, Puck has been nerfed in terms of the right click over time quite a bit, but this will help. Weehaw taunts his way back with the wave. Meanwhile, I also see we got Pango on the run down bottom too.
Yeah, they were just zoning him. The full wave, first full wave is pretty much gone by the time he even arrived to the lane. But Miracle is low as well. Needs to be careful.
It's okay. He's got an IO.
Yeah.
Life's good.
So the lanes have stabilized a little bit, right? Top lane, we'll see Puck and Luna. Bottom lane, Grim, the Pango and Earthshaker.
Mid probably shouldn't be a kill either way, right? Like, I mean, you're a high armor hero on the Morphling. You know how the damage is going to stack up from the Bristle. The only way you're going to die is if you go for a risky play.
Yeah, and he's sending himself some sticks too, right?
Yeah.
Morphling sticks are so amazing versus Bristle because you just morph to Agi, you pop those sticks, half of your HP is already up.
Yeah, he's got the value conversions. You know, he's got the high currency that he's working with. It's a lot better than whatever Bristle's got in his pocket.
Right, mind control. He thought about going for that courier there with Ghost Spray, but didn't really damage it enough.
Jeez, that's a lot of harass though, having to salve out there. Gonna be a little more expensive, as you said, for the Bristleback here. So even if the CS stays relatively the same, probably gonna see the network start going in Nisha's favor.
Yeah, the question is, isn't even worth it to use these skill sprays on the Morphling, right? Aren't you just feeding him sticks? You can't make that kill because he has waveform either way. He's gonna get out.
Yeah, especially like the level 1 quills, where like you use a lot of your mana pool.
Bottom lane.
Getting in there, it looks like GH will get the distance. He's trying to stay, see if Miracle can trade something back here. And Zai has already gone for the swashbuckle, so he's going in the creeps, hoping that they're going to help him out with a stomp or something, but GH keeps the spacing, make sure nothing gets messed up, and he'll take the kill even from Miracle.
Such an old school thing to see, right? You try to go on that wisp, you don't manage to kill him, and suddenly everything changes, everything turns on you. And
Every time.
Yeah, it's such a pain to play against this lane. Even though it's not as strong as it used to be, you just can't mess with them. They have that headdress. Gyro is stealing so much from it.
Yeah, they just have so much synergy too, because a lot of cores struggle to really utilize the full mana bar from the IO too, but Gyro, of course, is just very happy to keep on spamming all the time. Miracle gonna run back for his courier there, and in the mid, I noticed Nisha, he got up to the 10 sticks and then just got his wand delivered. He was like, you know what, I'm actually still fine. So, okay, jeez, man, he's playing with us here.
That one quill spray there would have killed him, I think, if he wasn't careful, if it connects, because it's five stacks, right?
Yeah.
The next one would have been really dangerous. Just to be careful here.
He's definitely gonna die when I'm not looking. I can just tell. I know it's gonna. Oh,
Right.
All right, is he gonna get the 4-minute? Oh, they got the Fisher coming.
Yep, sword. Yep, that's a nice secure. But there's no bottle on these shots.
Well, that's the sad life for MC. He went for the bottle. He didn't get the rune. Now he's failed
Running
investments,
back.
pretty much. Yeah. Up top, Kuro has to Inksmo himself back, but there is an orb forward. Still needs quite a bit of damage. Maybe with the aura helping one more. No, he's got fairy fires anyway, so.
How are we standing on these lanes? So far, Pango is the biggest loser, I would say. Zai feeding that kill. He's sitting on 6 CS, not doing all too well. And that's the problem when you, like you mentioned it as well in the draft, you're playing with a Shaker. And that Shaker really likes to rotate. And he doesn't really contribute way too much in the lane, not at least with the Pango.
And they have the rocket here too, so he can't even stick around with this wave that he's now pulled in.
That's very sad. He actually missed quite a lot of that experience.
Never refuse gold bounty.
So we get one of the runes again here. There's still one available up top though. So
Mind Control sneaked in. He tried to steal the other one, but before that happened, obviously lizZard took it. So he's just running around trying to get these.
He just keeps diving on with, I hate Morphling. He's like, it looks like it's like 10% HP and he's waveforming on you, knowing that you can't do anything about it.
Imagine having to be observer on this mid lane matchup. Like you check the health bars, you see Morphling on 0%, you go there, nah, he's fine.
Well, MC will retreat back to that rune. It has been saved by his team. Thank you, top lane.
That's for me.
Do you ever get flamed if you're playing off lane? You take that bounty. Does your mid laner ever flame you?
Every time. I'm used to it now, but like the first few games, after that I was like, yeah, okay, bottle's kind of shitty now because the 2-minute rune being gone, and then they miss out on the 4-minute rune. I just don't touch it now. I only go for aggro runes.
The worst thing is when you don't take it, and then the enemy heroes do, and you know, like it just feels bad. I like bounty runes. I want to sit next to it, prepare it, you know, take it.
I want to nurture it. I want to grow
nurture it.
I wish that you could still like, get them a little higher. It's like, oh, one more minute. Let me just wait a second here. Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's cool. That was like an investment, right? Like you're risking that you will be the one that takes that bounty rune later on.
I personally think Dota could use a little bit more capitalism going on. Like, I think that if you hold a bunch of gold without buying items, like, no more double bracers. You want to save that gold so that you get a higher gold coming at you. It's like a risky play.
But there was some reason why saving gold before was better than now. And I'm not talking about buyback. A long time ago, it was a bit different how reliable and unreliable gold did work. But yeah, we're slowly moving away from capitalism in this game. Top lane Matu.
And looks like that'll be easy with the Inkswall. The question is, can they get the additional on the puppy with the Absolar coming through with the haste rune? Nice slight dodge there. Make sure he won't get stunned, but it is still a save there, as a hasted shaker isn't really that scary. And this is another pairing, pretty much, right? Like the Io and the Ember. They've got some nice combos themselves. So GH can pretty much go to any lane and have a good pairing to get kills with. And
Yeah, it's
even
such
taps
a
up
crazy,
the-
it's such a crazy good Wisp game, right? I guess you still want to play around the gyro as much as
Dire's middle
possible,
tower
but
is under
right now
attack.
Ember is your playmaker, and sticking around him a little bit once he gets that level 6 would be impactful as well.
Mid lane, they get the Fisher block off here, but MC will just run to the east. He'll be all right.
He
Back
actually
top,
also
though.
bought the
Ooh.
raindrop.
That brush up on that puppy. Getting a little bit worrisome. I mean, this is a matchup that isn't necessarily that great for Puck in a lot of ways, right? I mean, it's a
Radiant's
support Puck,
middle
so it's kind of
tower
cool that he's
is
going to
under
have this
attack.
this leash to grab him, but slight bolos is pretty risky. As they're going on 2 targets here. They're trying to get Weehaw instead of just committing for Kuro with the Fisher, and this might turn back on them. Kuro, though, with the Ink Swell onto the creep. A next level play.
Yeah, that was really
Does give him
good.
the space.
Like when you
Oh, yeah,
can't
that was
use it
actually sick.
when you can't use it on anyone else around you, or just use it on the creep that has aggro. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, they backed out as well in time, so it didn't really work out that well. He did survive in the end.
Yeah, so I think the greed from Secret not necessarily paying off there. So I can't believe it's only been 2 kills so far. I feel like we've been quite a bit of roaming happening from YapzOr, and he's still sitting 0-0-0 as GH comes in to help secure this top room. Will he get lucky? He will indeed.
It's just a hard game to make any big kills on this Shaker. Maybe if he rotates bottom all the time, but mid lane really isn't killable. You're playing versus a Bristleback.
Yeah.
Even if you block him, he's just gonna walk it off. Bottom lane, your partner is Pango. You don't really have a lot of damage until he's 6 at least. Top lane is killable though, on both sides. Top lane should be the most volatile lane.
So I just get 6 in time here.
Will they
He's not
chase?
going to try and pop it, though. I thought he was going to ult. I thought he was going to be like... I thought he was risking it because he knew he'd get 6 in time, and then he would just dodge the rocket with it. But I guess he thought maybe he'd be all right.
Can they get Kuro top? They
Yeah,
should be.
body blocked. Easy. Matu coming through with a level 3 Lucent beam to secure it.
That was pretty good. He instantly pings out the ward. Yeah, he has the vision in the sentry as well, so that
I
should
like
be
what
rewarded.
MC's doing here in the mid lane too, right? Grabs the wave, pulls it over the camp, gets himself some... Oh yeah, we get the brooch and the jelly. Very nice. And is he holding the ocean heart too? Yo, you gotta share these things around, man.
He uses the jelly as well, and there you go. No. You hold the ocean heart only when you're in the river. You swap. You know, you're the mid laner. You deserve it all. That's what he's doing.
Typical mid laner. I deserve everything. Yeah.
And the shovel as well, in case it drops. You know, just to use it every time it's off cooldown. But
Well, I mean, you got to bop.
I love that he's farming these side camps like you mentioned before, and I see that from quite many mid laners more and more often. Even if your lane is
Dire's
not
top
going too
tower
well,
is
you can
under
always
attack.
kind of farm that medium camp.
He's going to try and take this outpost before the 10-minute mark here. They safely control the bottom one, that is for sure. The question is, can they get the double? It does not look like he is going the wrong way here.
Yeah, but he just took
Easy.
5 heroes with him. Everyone is in the dire jungle. The whole
That's
team
true.
of secrets, yeah.
It sends Puppy down to the bottom as he wants to make sure there's not anything taken here. Maybe he was hoping he could steal that bounty room back too. Because did they just get all 4? I think they did.
Yep.
Everything going the way of Nigma there. So a 2k lead with 4 bounty runes at 10 minutes.
That was the mind control next level play, the forehead play, baiting,
Right.
baiting them onto him.
So I know Rolling Thunder here. So Weehaw heads in, dodges the Fisher. Doesn't quite have the damage here, and also has a regen rune. So I think he got a little greedy though. So I think so.
Yeah, he had 2 remnant charges as well to play with, but yeah, that was a bit unfortunate for him.
Unfortunate infers that he had no fault in it. That's all I'd say. I don't know. maybe he may
Yeah,
be greedy.
yeah. That was a Weehaw play. Let's put it that way.
Alright,
It
sounds
really does happen to him quite often.
They're gonna
Bottom
coil
lane?
them down bottom and bring in Matu. Looking for the big slam jam. Thank you, man. But Matu,
Oh, Matu.
dropping real low, very fast. Oh, barely able to keep up with the life. The headdress, it's doing all the work. Matu's living, and they're gonna get the chain back, but no. Oh, and the sacrifice. Oh, but wait, maybe not. Weehaw's here too.
They could fight.
Can they make a return? They're not even gonna go for it.
Yeah, that's actually a smart play. You
Yeah.
pretty much used all your spells. Maybe if Rehab goes too hard, nah, they're just gonna chill. Yeah, the reason why Matu survived there as well wasn't only the headdress, right? It was disarm from Pango.
Yes.
He manages to disarm the gyro. That RNG just never works for me. That's one of those spells that's always on the enemy side.
Oh, I tell you, Boxy's the funniest. Watching him in lane, trying to trade, thinking like, all right, this hit, it's gonna be it. This time I'm gonna get it. He always believes and doesn't go in his favor. Weehaw hops in, misses the bola though onto Puppey just outside the range, but they have the silence from the Phantom, jumping forward from Weehaw, and that time Zai does it not work out. Oh, he got the lucky shot actually, but Weehaw's able to get out after Soulbind to help cover his escape, and they've taken the tower and they're retreating with no losses.
Yeah, he is doing some really crazy move overall, and he's going for that
Back
vessel.
mid though, they got the coil too. Onto mind control with Nisha chasing, and Nisha will take the final blow there too. So.
This is a bit sad for Nigma because they are giving so much space to this Bristleback. If you're looking at the gyro, it's not like he's just running around from one camp to another. Yeah, he is right now, but these last 5 minutes, he's been involved in every single fight. Meanwhile, Bristle is the one that just farms and pushes mid, and now he dies as well. So they didn't even really use way too many spells to take him down. Plus,
Yeah,
it's
he hasn't
Nisha that gets
gotten-
the kill. So.
Yeah, not too much tower pressure done either. It's just he's cleaning up those side camps, but then ever since that play going for the top outpost, Mind Control having a hard time getting like kind of back into form for this one.
Yeah. And check out Nisha and his item build. I have seen him do this as well a couple of times. He goes for Manta
Dire's
first.
middle tower is under attack.
What do you think about that? I still think Keyblade is pretty strong in this game. Mind Control.
Yeah, maybe he just feels like the game's kind of safe with
Dire's top tower is
how things are
under
working out,
attack.
and he's just a little bit too worried about the searing chains.
It,
But
it
yeah.
does, it does make you a little bit tankier. You do have a Luna that's about to finish the Dominator if he doesn't have it already. Yeah, he just got it. So you will be able to play around that perhaps. With the Yasha, you can even start rotating as a full team.
That's probably the main reason he just wants to team fight a little bit earlier, and I mean he'll get E-Blade after, obviously.
Yeah. Most he usually does that, right? If he gets the Manta first, and it's not only him. Every single Morphling player, right, gets the E-Blade afterwards. It's just such a good item to get, even after the nerfs. I think that's one of the reasons why Morphling fell out of favor. There's so many times a hero gets nerfed just a little bit, either the item that he likes to buy or the hero itself, and everyone stops playing, right? But then after a week or two, you realize, wait, he still does what the hero does. And it's great.
It's hard because Dota overall is pretty incredibly balanced. So like any change to a hero or an item can just really adjust like this very slight tier list that we have. Like there's plenty of heroes that don't get picked in pro games that you see in pubs and you're just like, man, this hero's really good. Like, it feels like it can still be a very strong hero in plenty of circumstances. Just, you know, these guys have to pick from the very best of the best in every match.
Dire's middle tower is under
Mind Control mid lane. It's going so deep.
Yeah, he's in a little bit of trouble here as, again, Monty will just show up to help out.
Puppey, top.
Another one? I'll say he'll be all right.
Actually, Puppey is managing to survive all the time. He didn't die once. Single time
Yeah,
this game.
I actually hadn't noticed that, but very impressive. Versus the
So-
Phantom, and oh, well, speaking of that, GA just got rocked down bottom with the slam. But yeah, he's versus the Phantom and the Bolas in his lane, and he didn't die as support puck.
Yeah, and the way Puppey plays this, he's very greedy on the puck, but very greedy because he's constantly out pushing those danger zones, right? This tier 1 on the top lane right now for Secret is the most dangerous area to be in, and he's just chilling here, out pushing. He might die now though.
Oh, well, he might have just burned the coil for me. He is very low on mana. He's got 2 mangoes.
Doesn't
have
TP
TP
though, yeah.
is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
I mean, worst
is
case
under
scenario, he could
attack.
just orb to the south. He's under a ward again here, though, but no one else is rotating through. They're actually busy chasing an
Mid.
MC in the mid, but he'll get out. Meanwhile, back down bottom, you have them retreating from the eye on the gyro. And I'm sure Puppey's just going to catch that next wave. He's such a nuisance. He even got the D ward on the pillar, too. Like, this is what's so frustrating with him. Like, this guy was just about dead, and now you see him just sitting there. But mid lane, they go for the jump. Trying with the strike, but
Zai.
now Zai. All right. Oh!
Juked.
It might not be enough. No, he's got him. faces them, but back, you got the Soulbind, catching the Luna and the Morphling. These are the two heroes they want. They come up with the call down, the Lucid Beam, trying to set up Miracle, but they do have the damage. Nissa's just going to TP out and say, thank you for the coverage. Matu, I am the real carry. I got to live.
Yeah, Zai is hiding down south in the trees. He didn't have enough mana, but he TPs now. He has Lads completed. And these small little buff ups for Luna are coming together. Yeah, he died there, but he has the Dominator. Now you have the Lads from the Pango. The team fight from Secret is getting scarier.
Isha too. He's just he's very scary if he's paired up with those heroes right now.
And I actually favor Secret's draft a little bit later on. You have that combo of Shaker and Puck, which is pretty scary. Obviously, every Yabzor game you look on this Shaker, he has so much impact.
Yeah, I agree, especially because it's the Morph versus the Gyro too. Like, you're basically just better Gyro.
Pretty much, you just turn into him, use that flag. You have a Shaker as well on your side of the team if you really want to make things cheesy.
That's true. You never know.
Tower is under attack.
Although I think that's actually a downgrade compared to the Gyro.
Yep.
When you have a Puck on your team for lots of control anyway. As Weehaw does get coiled again as he's trying to finesse with Puppy. Puppy's just hanging around. Oh man, he's annoying. He's just like stealing XP. He just got all of those creeps.
Man, this guy is just... Puppy is actually a pretty solid core player as well. We were talking about this earlier. In pubs, he dominates with his core plays too. He can do really well. It's crazy how these position 5s used to be pretty big core players before and just decide, okay, I just need to control these plebs. I can play a 5, it doesn't matter.
I'll show you guys how it's done. Zai runs into a couple enemies there. The silence is up, so he can't go for the ulti. Now into the root 2. Shield crash, trying to keep it survivable, and they'll bring it through the relocate just in case. Make sure he's going to go down.
Why did he swashbuckle so close, though? He could have gotten out. Yeah. A little bit. He could have gotten further. He probably dies anywhere, but Nisha has that Manta completed.
I wonder... Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe he's trying like a silence of the TP or something. I'm not sure. But Nisha's been down here for a while, and he's going to try and go for the escape. Now he gets stunned out, though. It's a long burn, though, but everyone's here, so surely he'll eventually, after a lot of spells, definitely die.
They got him. It's such a good kill for Kuro. Okay, Kuro gets it, but Wee was around. He gets some gold. It's good because he's about to finish that vessel. He needs what?
Oh yeah, again,
gold?
that's another reason, of course, that the Manta's going to be paying off. As we're getting prepped for the 20-minute outposts here, each team's going to capture their own side.
Are we going to see... we probably won't see any big fights around the outposts. If you click on the Abzur, you'll see that he is, what, 100 gold away from the Blink Dagger, so...
They do have relocate available, like, right in time if they wanted to start moving MC that way. But there's a lot of Dire heroes in there.
MC going for an Halberd, actually. Alright. That's
Makes
interesting
sense, I
as
guess.
well.
Nothing else really that good for him here in comparison that I can think of.
Yeah, nothing like a hood or something like that is always kind of fine, but this makes you scale a bit better as well.
I don't think they've been on for the bounties. I think they just got all 4 again. That's what? Jeez. That's pretty painful.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're really not contesting these bounties. Manta has been used by Nisha.
He's going to go back towards the mid. Yapsor's sitting here invis. He's looking for the play. There's the coil, waiting for the slam. There it is, onto the IO and the gyrocopter. Is the sustain going to be enough? Oh, Miracle, back up once. IO is crazy. Matu looking to go down in the middle of things. Zai tries to cover him, but he will still fall. Yapsor getting low, heading towards the base. Mind control just needs to clear it up. No, he got a blink off. I can't believe it.
He just got it. He just got it as well.
That makes way more sense.
That's it. Yeah, that was crazy from him. That's... You know, the luck follows the brave and the skilled as well. He was there in the right time to get that in his room. Because of that, they managed to, well, not lose that fight completely badly. Because if he didn't have that in his... I don't think there was a chance for them to fight at all.
No, that was unbelievable, though. That was like double wand, I think, for both the IO and the gyro and the mech all at once until they just full HP. They were so close to getting him. And by contrast, they don't have a spirit vessel, right?
Exactly, yeah. That's something I just wanted to mention. none of these heroes really like going for Spirit Vessel. Maybe Pango could do it.
Yeah, I think Pangos have been going away from it because they really like that Blink Yules that some of them like to go for now, and he already has the Vlad, so it's like I can't really step off for 2.
They should invest in it though. If you're playing versus a Wisp Gyro, not going for that Vessel can be really, really problematic. And
Yeah, it's a bit tough now though because he's got the BKB.
And like you're in this spot as Secret that you can't really fight them anymore. You went for the Dominator on Luna. You thought maybe about fighting early, but these fights didn't work. Okay, they're gonna try. Into the pit.
Oh, Zai, perfect timing, comes through. The Radiant get the Roche and the Aegis. The BKB's already activated. Now we hopping forward. He's got Poppy as well as Matu. Matu's just TPing out. He does not want to be a part of this. He's actually gonna make it. Missile still chasing Puppy. He might be the sacrifice here. Able to dodge it with the phase shift. It came back in time, and so it looks like he's gonna get out too. They go wow with that play, and everyone on Secret is just heading to catch waves.
Yeah, that was a pretty good TP, considering they don't really have a lot of disables. It's not that hard, but still. He was in the middle of the fight. Most players would just try and run first.
Yeah, most people would panic or like, you know, go for their abilities and just slam their keyboard across their face or something.
Radiant's top tower
That's what I would
is
usually
under
do.
attack.
So.
We're all the same, don't worry. It's just the small selected group that tries the smart thing and TP's out.
Oh, here we go. 3 seconds till Echo down bottom. Creep wave coming in. Do you believe, Yapsor? Oh, it's gonna be close. Nice.
Yeah, they got him. So that situation is always so tricky because Ember Spirit sometimes uses Sleight of Fist, right, to farm the wave a bit faster. And I've seen it so many times. You go for that Echo and he's Sleight of Fisting it. You just want to die after.
Well, question is, will either of these guys die because this is going in on the Aegis, remember, but the IO just got evaporated there. And follow-up stuns, I mean, everyone is surrounding Miracle here. Goes for the BKB TP, but there's a lot of right-clicks, and with the auras and a more
Holy
flame,
moly.
that's not going to happen. Holy moly!
That's 5 heroes right there coming from Secret once again into play. And this ward, like, really paying out dividends. You see this one on the cliff. It was so good. Like, it's crazy. He planted it a long time ago as well, so... And so defensive. It's not really a ward that you usually plant on Dire at this stage, but well read by Puppy that they're gonna need it in the future sometimes.
Yeah, it's another one of these things with the IO too, where like he doesn't have that bonus magic resistance anymore either, and he only has the mech too, so he took like 500 and some damage from just the adaptive strike.
Yeah. So if you don't buy a vessel, just kill the Wisp first. That's it. That's something that they can play around. You do have a Morphling with an E-Blade almost done. 700 gold more.
Well, 25 minutes. All right, this time, what's our bounty situation going to look like? It's been all Nigma as of late, but there's no one down bottom for them. Of course, I say that, and they're starting to make their way here with Miracle and GH.
They're just farming away, right? They can always join with the reload, but... Puppy? Oh, that's a good dodge from him.
Very nice, and Yapsor just going to ensure things with a follow-up Fisher there, too.
But it's so hard for Nigma to initiate properly. When you think about it, even with these smokes, you're pretty much reliant on V to slide and chain. Everything else
or like the big Inkswell play too, right?
Yeah, everything else is a bit too slow, and even the big Inkswell play can be dodged by something like a puck.
That's right.
Miracle, bot again.
Same spot, he just died. Is anyone? Where's this IO? Oh, okay, GH is close enough. Oh, I say that.
Oh.
The heals are starting. All right, Miracle gonna pop the BKB. Yeah, Nisha also still trying to open the damage. He's dropping very low here. Nisha stunned up. He's gonna go down. That's a full minute of no Morphling. As Zai's escaping to the west here. They're chasing him. He's gonna go for the TP after. Again, that catch we know isn't necessarily there right now from Nigma, but they got the big kill with the turnaround there.
That was the E-Blade. I think the only reason why Nisha goes for that is to test out his fresh bot E-Blade. He thought, okay, they have a mech, but I'm gonna blow him up before that mech even comes into play. And he did see the Wisp. It's not like he was going crazy there, just trying something. He saw the Wisp under the ward, so he just made that risk play.
I think he was trying to kind of play it to the end too, and then he got hit with that big ink swell. Like the stun and all the damage didn't give him a chance like morph or maybe get saved by someone else. They have the Echo Slam here too. So it's not all safe stuff here for Nigma. They're trying to keep Miracle nice and alone this time.
Yeah, 10 seconds from Morphling. They can definitely defend this.
Yeah, no reason to start a fight without him. And at the same time, you've got Matu way up top here, just chilling with his Alpha Wolf.
Another smoke. Yeah, they're doing the famous Rock's Kiss. Puppy.
I think Puppy was there for that, but he still got caught by it. He was around in those days.
Yeah. It catches anyone, I guess. It just doesn't. It just works. But he is a position 5 puck, right? So
yeah.
He just broke a smoke. He's kind of fine with it. He's up in 30 seconds. Worst case scenario, he can buy back if any big fight happens.
Now, next movements, I'm sure for Nigma, they're really hoping to get the BKB onto Weehaw. As well as the next road should be a pretty huge deal. Luna's trying to become an actual like core hero, not just
trying
a side piece to Morphling. I don't know. It's like it's still hard, I think, for this Luna to really do a lot herself in the team fights. I think she's still very valuable just because of her aura and her items, but she doesn't have the same threat as Nisha right now.
Yeah, base damage by 20% from Dominator, and then base damage by 30% from Lunar Blessing. It's a pretty sick combo with the Morphling. It's very strong. Meanwhile, Morphling is just creep skipping, also going for that BKB. Not really something that you want to buy, especially if you went for that Manta first as well. You would much rather have, I don't know, something like a Butterfly or a Skadi even, but...
Yeah. Paladin Sword, though. I'll take that instantly, thank you. And
Puppy.
they're trying, again, the issues of catch here is they try and get Puppy, and he's expended everything, so he will fall. Oh, I say that, the coil actually snapped, but yeah, still got enough stun.
He had enough gold to buy a dagger, by the way. He just didn't, I guess he didn't want to, because he wouldn't have a buyback, right? So.
The lack of catch, though, is hurting them.
He was missing 100, I think. Never mind, I was wrong. Just 100 away.
How dare you almost blame Puppy for something. We're going to head right back to that mid lane. But yeah, the issues of catch, actually trying to force Secret to fight them, kind of showing here for Nigma, because they felt like they've been leading for a while. But, you know, they got the 1 kill on Denisha, and they couldn't really force too much out of that. Just a glyph on the high ground. And Secret are just continuing to cut these waves and keep forcing them to run around in circles like this. It's tough because they have the relocate too.
Did you check Matu's last build, by the way? Last item. He got an negative.
I saw he had the Alacrity. I was kind of wondering.
Yasha into Aghanims. I mean, they do have a bunch of heroes that can get up close, right? You have multiple Blink daggers on your team, and you have Pango as well that really likes that tag, so... It could work well, but it really is putting him further and further away from... Oh, mid lane. Zai. There it goes.
Yeah, there you go. The invincible Wrecking Ball coming through, so get the partner first. Now moving on to Miracle. BKBs, though, has that Satanic as well. So he's chomping right through them. And the secondary carry of Matu will go down. Nisha safely able to escape to the bottom lane as he wants to keep that push up. But Roche may respawn in 4 seconds. So we'll see who this timer is going to favor. If it's any time in the next 50 seconds, I would say that's pretty good for Nigma. And the answer is, oh my god, that was almost max.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I don't think that Aghanims was worth it, by the way. Using that Axe to kill off a Wisp, and then you still go into a fight versus a Morph. Did they see? They must have had seen the Satanic, right?
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, you still have to kill the IO, right?
Zai?
They probably thought it was going to be more than just the IO they get with that. But Zai just getting chained up and silenced. No way to deal with that.
So that play is great if you see Gyro is alone afterwards and you can take him down, and he doesn't have a BKB, but has a Satanic completed. He could even BKB TP out, he'd be fine. You can't really stop him any longer.
Yeah, especially with the Aghanims too. So ridiculous, yeah. We still trying to get something here on Denisha. They're going to force the buyback onto Zai. And now the question is who's going to get left behind here, or will Secret force the actual turn here from Nigma for the fight? There's the first Fisher. It's just going to be Kuro, gets E-bladed and silenced down.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there because Zai did buyback. I think he cancelled his TP to the tier 2. so he couldn't really join that fight and make use of his buyback. So that one was a little bit of a doozy, but it's still all right.
Yeah,
He
he's
got
a
one
lot of their
kill at
chase
least.
down.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't know that it's a full spawn Roche either, so there is some pressure to buy back there right away from Zai. He wants to make sure they're not going to lose that.
Radiant's middle
And
tower
you
Radiant
get a
Vision on
wolf.
just Matu here. This is a very tempting relocate, you would think. So if they're smoked up here, this could set something up for them.
I think when you see a Luna this deep, Matu doesn't have
you
a
know.
BKB. You know, yeah, there's no
Yeah.
way. Yeah. And there's a point in the game when you're playing with Gyro in which you have to start moving around them as well. So you can't just leave them on an island, because if you're secret and you see Wisp Gyro, you should be smoking up towards them. That should be your most obvious choice, right? Because Wisp and Gyro are usually away from their teammates.
Yeah. We're kind of camping some of the high grounds as they continue to down bottom. Yapsor very sneaky here. He's like, oh, please. Oh, no. Oh, that's a sentry. Oh, you're next to the cliff, my
Puppy.
friend. Look at this time, puppy. They do drop the ulti, though, so they will kill Cage. So if you
He
guys-
died.
But if
He
you're
just-
looking bottom,
Yeah, I
They
was
tend-
kicked up. Oh, man.
that's good. Poor guy. All right,
Poor
well,
Wisp as well. Poor Wisp, man. He's just chilling there, gets a free pick off on Puck, and then still dies to some crazy Heavenly's Fury of that Eclipse.
orbital cannon. Yeah.
We
After
it's something
Nisha here too. Manta and BKB. I mean, no real concern for him. But most importantly, the Roche is back up here. Everyone's gonna be up for it though, so we still have a chance at the big fight.
Yeah, you don't have a big ulti though. That Aghanim on Luna, which is pretty much half
That's
of her skill set right now, is gone. This Luna is basically her ulti plus all the auras, and now with the Wolf as well, man. He's has plus 190 damage right now, sitting on top.
I
of
want
him.
to see Nisha standing next to him. That sounds terrifying. He must hit for like 500 or 600.
Yeah, that's going to be the real deal.
Roshan has fallen.
Roche gone.
No real contest there from Secret. I think they were kind of aware what was going on just by their positioning. Instantly just goes for the Manta TP. They've certainly figured out the lack of stuns here. I love how Secret, whenever these situations arise, they will catch. Yeah, so they're... Wow, is that relocate? Wow, okay. They're really making sure there's no turnaround, I guess. But they don't run towards the base, right? They just run away. And now
They run-
Puppy takes the outpost and TP's top. And he says, all right, we're getting one of these things. It's only 35, but still.
They're buying themselves a lot of time. Wisp and Gyro are pushing in mid, but there's no follow-up. They can't do it alone. Luna outpushed bottom lane, top lane is pushed by Morphing and Puck. So they're really working so well on just buying time. Look at Zai as well. Uses Rolling Thunder mid lane and TP's out. All these small plays are so, like when you're looking at them like this, when you have full fog, right? You can see the whole map. They look kind of alright. Like you know what they're doing. They look easy to play against. But when you're in a game and you don't see that, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating to play versus tier 1 team that's split pushing you. It's just
Yeah, because you don't
awful.
understand like why you're not like high ground already, right? And it starts getting frustrating that you've won all these fights and you feel like you should be ahead by now, but you're constantly just
Radiant
battling
are
against it.
scanning.
And
Yeah,
we don't
you-
see it that much anymore, like in terms of the split push. But the way that they play with this very greedy support duo is very frustrating.
That's the thing, right? Because of that support duo, you need to buy yourself a bit of time. You also have a Morphling that's also pretty damn greedy, so they're just waiting it out. And then suddenly they're split pushing you. They caught you like 4 versus 2 or 4 versus 3, and you lose that fight, and suddenly you don't have that advantage anymore. It can be really frustrating. Top lane Miracle is pushing in though. He's done with this.
Taking the tier 2, just going high ground with his Aegis and Satanic and Butterfly and saying, I am Gyro, fear me. Gotta be wary about the big Eclipse. Remember, it does remove the single target beam count as well. It's another nice part of the Aghanim's.
Dire's top
So
tower
they can all
is
drop on one hero. We'll see if they bring in the Wrecking Ball once again with Zai. They start with the Evelyn. That's a
got him.
fast. That's what they need. That first blow with just like one use, right? They still have Eclipse after Aegis.
Oh, they-
Too many creeps around them right now though. But there's the flat cannon from Nisha. Clears them out right away. Not able to get aggressive though. Saw that the rocket was coming.
Now that was good that they didn't go. Good for Secret that is, because They didn't have E-Blade, right? They
Yeah.
could have committed the Echo and, let's say, the Eclipse. But you're playing versus Cheese. You're playing versus Cheese Fairy, Fire Wisp, and Mecha. Like, there's a chance that
Yeah,
you
with a
just
Holy
don't kill
Locket.
Miracle. Yeah. There's a chance you won't kill him with everything. So better just to save for that E-Blade fight.
Yeah, it cost them a range racks and a tier 3, but tier 3 is not as important as they used to be, I always say. So it's not a big deal. Don't throw away your whole game to protect a tier 3 anymore. It's not worth it.
That's also so funny. If someone just starts playing those, they'll see how important it is for all of us to go for that tier 3. But it's just a remnant of the past. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not really something that's as important anymore.
I'm going to catch
Bro.
Crow on the D ward here. Lots of allies nearby, but it's not a great way to start the fight. Mind Control's still holding his ground, though. And I'm not sure if Secret know what they want to do here. Weehaw comes from the left. He's got Gyro on the right. He's going to meet up with his teammates on the high ground. And Puppy's going to scout it out with another orb, and they're chasing after you, my friend.
Yapzor with the Shadow Blade. He's still around. Oh, he's
Oh,
caught.
but he sees him. The combo on the high ground. The BKB comes out, and Yaps are going to be wasted in this one. And that means time to retreat. There's a jump up top from Weehaw. Nisha still has BKB. So panic button is there if necessary. He goes to the TP, and again, he just knows there's no way to stop him. Man, he's done a great job of saving this BKB. It's still 10 seconds.
I have a feeling he could have just waveformed as well, right? But the TP also works really greatly because you're in the fountain, you're regioning
Shadow
up,
Blade,
and then
too.
you can fight. Yep.
It's going to be pretty sneaky here as Puppy's going to hop it on the back line, gets the silence up on the Weehaw. He knows there's no BKB. The orbital cannon is coming through. It's locking on the GH. He's down. Still big heals available here for the Gyro himself, but they've gotten themselves mind control too. They need the chase down. Nisha's in his Gyro form looking for the rocket, and he gets it onto Weehaw. So that's going to fall into the ends of the earth here. Root holding back Nisha, but following forward, it's Puppy. Already popped the coil. Zai going for it, has the roll still. Miracle's trying to get away in the tree line, and Weehaw uses the creep camp to dodge the rocket, but that is still going to slow him down so they can catch up. And that was everything used too. They popped the cheese and everything, but still got through.
And still didn't lose the melee Raxes, right? So good from them. And that Shadow Blade also allows them to do that. Morphling gets up close enough to use the E-Blade before any sort of a reaction happens, right? No BKB, nothing like that. So because of that, Shadow Blade is pretty good. And I'd be surprised if Nigma does not just invest heavily now into detection, like many sentries in every single team fight, because you're playing versus Morphling with the Shadow Blade, and also Yapzor has it. So.
They also just got the ninja gear here too.
Yeah, it's so good. And they give it to Yapzor, even though the 20 agility is so strong.
Yeah, Nisha took it for a second, and he was like, no, never mind. Oh, stunned up. Nisha actually wasn't morphing for once. It kind of baits them in a little bit further. Soulbind onto him too, but he's able to get back. We'll catch Puppy. That's okay. They're just holding hands, walking back home.
Everyone in their pubs should be learning from Nisha and Yapzor here, because this item is such a bait for your core. It's so much better.
Take down bottom, and Puppy actually jumps in. I think trying to just ensure they can't get anything onto Matu here. They're trying to blow this out before it ends. Not going to be there.
Did you see that though? He has a sentry there. Pretty fresh one as well. He just planted it as they relocated in, so not to be caught off by any Earthshakers or Morphlings in the Shadow Blade.
Yeah, that is a good point though. It's like it is so good on supports having the smoke movement. Like even right now he's just like moving under wards and stuff. Plus, how many times has he already been caught because of the ob sentry combos, right?
Any hero that has any sort of counter-initiating tool or initiating tool such as Shaker really benefits from Ninja Gear so much. Like your Banes, your Disruptors as well, love this item. Puppy? That's a blink though.
Yeah, he should be alright. He went for the Daedalus. I actually thought Miracle might go Rapier. I thought we were kind of reaching that point where the game was feeling harder and harder, and it might be time to commit, because he's just like the big hero, you know?
Yeah. Look at the Shaco as well on him. He has so much HP, 4.2k.
Alright, that is a little bit crazy.
Rapier would have been pretty solid on him. There's no butterflies that he's playing against, right? So that true strike isn't that important. Because of that,
I think if there was even one butterfly, he probably would have.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Well, surely it might not be that far away. Now we do have the full Silver Edge too, so something to be concerned about for MC.
What about the Orb and the Spell Prism on Matu's Luna?
Oh, damn. All right, that's nice.
Yeah,
This is like
that's
the Boston Major stuff, right? Maybe eggs
Yep.
refresher. Oh yeah.
yeah. This is some old school relocate.
Alright,
They're
where's-
coming back.
Oh, okay, the Silver Edge was on CD right now. He gets the morph into the gyro though, so the flat cannon is ready if they decide to commit to this. Waveform's in. Nisha, double waveform again. Pops the BKB to dodge the missile. Very nicely played as he hops on the MC. He's going to start backing away. Gets glimmered there too. Now Zai hops in. Dream Coil dropped as well. Weeha has the BKB still going. Should be alright, but now they're moving on to Miracle. He's the big hero here. He's got the BKB. Still has the Satanic ready too, so Nisha has to be careful. Dropping low on resources here. Still has another waveform left in the tank. Yapsor jumps through the Echo Slam. Can they actually finish off Miracle with the orbital cannon coming through as well? Nisha jumps in, but the Satanic is activated. Nisha, he's also morphing strike though, and the relocate out. They're gonna save themselves and ditch MC. Puppy here for the easy chase down after. But the phase boots are there to actually stop the body block. However, there's lots of catch still available. Oh, just a warning shot with the swashbuckles as they then finish off Mind Control. And another fight for Secret.
I love how the team fights themselves versus top tier 1 teams are just the story, you know. They're like the way they bait each other, the way they wait with their spells. It's not like I'm just gonna waste everything I have in the first 15 seconds and that's it. No, Yabzor is sitting on the side waiting a little bit. You can see Matsu as well with the refresher. He waits until they really truly commit and then they kill off the Bristle and the Ember with it. GH, by the way, with that buyback manages to save Miracle even though they had a relocate just what 20 seconds earlier because he has that talent. That level 20 talent means so much.
Yeah, but it does also mean though that one more kill on the GH and they're gonna have some pretty serious problems for Nigma. So I'll just keep an eye on that as the Roche is available. And what do we have here? It is the Aghanim's.
All right, who do you give that to? Who takes it?
I don't think
Is
it's
it
worth on Nisha, right?
Yeah, is it a puck? I don't think you give it to
I
Morphin
think
as
it's
well.
puck. Yeah, it's
Right?
100% puck. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah,
Most
that's just
likely
way
on
too
him.
good. I mean,
If
we
they
still have like
manage.
8-second BKB on the Ember. Like, that's just way too good.
What's happening on Radiant? We're not talking too much about their items. There's Spell Prism on Ember Spirit. He's going for the Aghanims as well.
Yeah. I mean,
That's it.
Miracle's got the Rapier coming. We can kind of know that's the territory they're in at the moment. Frankly, they just haven't had a lot of item progression, really, on the Radiant. I mean, they've been getting things like the BKBs and stuff. But yeah, here goes the ultimate again, and GH, he's just stunned. The mini stuns are too much. Now Crow going to fall as well. Miracle just has a TP out of here. They're looking for the damage. They know they don't have it, so they just go after MC instead. He's got the phase boots, going to go on the other side. And Nisha even go for the morph once again there, but...
That is actually so sick. You have the plus 0.2 seconds Eclipse Lucent
He
mini
can't do
stun. You
anything.
just can't move. It's just GH.
And he
He
still
shut
has
the
another
tree.
one. That was just one ulti. Don't be mistaken here, folks. That wasn't even the double.
He did queue up BKB instantly after on the Wisp, so that might help out a little bit. But he's pretty far away from it, and he doesn't have a buyback. Aghanim's actually picked up by Morphling right now. It looks like, yeah, it looks like Nisha is taking it.
You know, they still have a neutral item left. He needs to go find himself the horn, the Minotaur horn. That's,
Yeah,
that's the
that
only
would be
way.
helpful, yeah.
All right, well, 4230 max HP for the Gyrocopter. Can he do it without the help of his little buddy? As Mind Control shows him the backside. It's definitely his best side on this hero.
Rapier is completed,
Yeah.
so maybe with the Rapier they'll be able to fight. Let's see.
They used the disarm pretty early, though. Halberd. Nisha hops in, has the flat cannon going, and sends him into him. But again, it's the backside. Everyone's kind of leaning back here on the side of Nigma, not committing. I think this is fair, right? I mean, you had the protection too, but just
You don't have the Wisp.
wait for
so-
IO.
Yeah, you don't have the Wisp. You just wait. Plus you're playing versus Aegis Cheese. It's fine. Morphing from this point onwards can still morph into Yabzor, so that can be a little helpful.
Well, we do have... Oh, he actually did take it? Damn.
Yeah, he actually stole the Aghanims. That's the thing. Well, stole. He took it away from Puppy. I don't think you steal anything from Puppy. He's gonna mess you up, but...
I'm a little surprised. I guess the bonus cast range, maybe that's what makes it worth, right? I don't know. Actually, that doesn't affect the ulti itself, so never mind. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's so much better. On
Yeah,
the,
I expected it on Puppy as well. You know, on Puck it would be so good to have. It just It gives you a different dimension to your team fights. That's what it's all about. But no,
I guess
Shaker is
part of the
in.
problem is that the only hero that matters is Gyro, and he can just stand still anyway, so that might be why. But either way, Nisha, he is the Morphling, he is the
Yep.
Shaker, and there goes Weehaw with his fresh Agony.
Was the
so-
Shaker. Yeah. Was the Earth Spirit, Ember Spirit. He's going back in.
And yeah. Well, that was short-lived. I was like, okay, well, you know, the catch problems they had kind of solved with the help of this Aghanim Scepter, and then you just kind of blow him up instantly as Nisha continues to hold his ground there. Has the Morphap back again, and away he goes. So we will keep the big bashing bros together.
Yeah, it's not like Aegis is going to be reclaimed way too soon. He has a Satanic as well on the Morphling.
There's a DD. I mean,
And
that
the
seems pretty
DD.
good.
What? Plus 1,000 damage without Luna being near him.
All right,
Let's see what
Zai,
happens when.
just blink in, would you? just give it to us. Oh no, they're just sending them right in. Right on the mind control. Actually gets the BKB and the Glimmer, so good save there. They're going to be targeted down by the missile, so he'll hop his way back inside the base.
Plus
Does he look
2,000
before he
damage right
leaves?
now.
That's the question. All right, on to Miracle. Does not get himself the disarm, so Miracle still holds the BKB. Needs some more lucky shots here from Zai. Take care of the rocket.
Let's see. Totem?
Well, he's thinking about it. There's the Morphin. Still has that DD going. They hop on a Miracle, but he's sending out the flat cannon. He's getting tons of HP back. Nisha dropping low and regenning as well at the same time. And now Nisha has fallen. So that is the Aegis. Can the team get back here in time? There's a Soulbind. There's another ulti ready here from Matu, who's back inside the base. It's Nisha fighting up. He's been abandoned by C, but he jumps forward, takes down GH. They've also
Zarb.
lost Weehaw on the back line. Poppy heading towards the fountain too. And yeah, it looks like Nigma are in full retreat mode here. Gets the double kill, finishes off. And C. And Miracle, he's kind of just being ignored at this point.
Yeah. You can see Zai, he's just going in with Swashbuckle and disarming Miracle. Every time he has it off cooldown, and that's it. Miracle really wants to fight, but he cannot. Even with this Rapier, he's not dying, but he's not attacking. He's not killing anyone if he doesn't have this BKB.
Oh, they're smoking. They're sending in the mangoes. He's stuffing them down his gullet to get the full mana back here. Unfortunately, he's lost all of his buildings, so 45 seconds if he wants to think about saving for his allies. I don't think Secret want to play those games. Make themselves the double Fisher. Poppy just zoning back here. Still has a dig on, fresh and ready to go as Miracle has Satanic, BKB, and Rapier back in 4 seconds. Soulbind there too. They don't want to play any risky games here, so they back off a little bit. Miracle runs in to the big hellscape of damage. Matu pops the cheese. No ulti
They're
ready
just
for quite a
ignoring
while.
him.
He's just hitting the throw. He doesn't care. Echo Slam to help me. Short. And Team Secret, they just
You know, the playmaker on this Luna to be the one that really creates enough space for Nisha to shine. But I did not expect this item build. Refresher Aghanims with Spell Prism, that was sick, and it completely unlocked their team fighting, right? Because it becomes so easy to kill off GH. That level 25 talent, it's
yeah. Like, what's even the
so
counterplay
much.
short
Yeah.
of BKB? Like, what are you going to do? All group up and try and tank the ulti? Like, that's probably not going to result much better, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you couldn't. You just couldn't fight. You could see Gyro. He's sitting. They can't kill the Gyro. He has that Satanic Daedalus Rapier, but they just ignore him eventually and take everything around him. They kill off his allies and then they go for turn. And how many times do you actually see a team ignore this kind of a Gyro? He's 6-slotted. He's supposed to hurt. He's supposed to be killing them.
I'm sure a frustrating one there for Nigma, and very well played from Secret. Just playing the macro game, watching the creeps, and very good way of just like dodging any sort of advancements there from Nigma. But it is a best of 5, guys. So we still have lots of Dota left to be played here. So we'll be coming back very shortly here with game number 2, and we'll see you then.